what is supply chain management? Let's understand what is supply chain management. We have talked about blockchain, we have talked about the AI, the involvement of AI, Web 3.0, metaverse. Now, what is supply chain? So, supply chain, let's understand in this lecture. But supply chain has three important benefits. What are those? Speed of service. Speedy service is the major benefit when you implement a supply chain for any kind of products. System efficiency, cost efficiency. So cost efficient, and in terms of timing and other, system efficiency is also there. As far as the application areas, logistics, be it supply chain strategy, supply chain planning, supply chain enterprise application, assessment, asset management, procurement, product life cycle management, and many more areas where supply chain management is used. So what is this? Supply chain management is used for managing the supply chain for company or any organization. The complete supply chain of the industry, or a company or a organization, right from raw material, from the beginning to the production and taking the product to the customer level, including everything from sourcing the raw components for a product to delivering a final result, directly to the consumer or the customer. The aim is to how company can maximize the productivity. Why do we use it? The aim is to enhance the productivity. Sustainable growth. To sustain the production means to have sustainable development, sustainable growth in the production, grow within the market, and provide the most convenient experience for the customer. The customer should have a wonderful experience. That's the idea. So the planning starts, then right from source to delivery, the execution is done, and even return facility is also there in the supply chain. If something, some product is not good, customer wants to return it, from the delivery to the source level, that arrangement, that scheme, that facility is also allowed in the supply chain management. So what are the key responsibilities? I have already mentioned, right from supplier, it goes to factory, then it goes to warehouse, from there it goes to distribution, and then it goes to end customer. And there is an arrangement for, for returning from customer even to supplier as well. This is there in the supply management, supply chain management. So what are the two responsibilities? Customers, the first one, can obtain the product when a customer, means whenever customer wants a product, be it online, offline, and orders a product or goes to a store searching for it, it must be available. It is in the company's best interest to have it available. If the customer is wanting it to have online, it must be available on the different buying websites. And the second is to manage supply chain that brings the product to the customer. This involves sourcing the materials, finding manufacturer, finding a deliveries, because all these are important. Delivery service, offering convenient returns, and this is actually, this helps to minimize productivity with better efficiency. How does supply chain management, SCM, work? There are five critical areas, planning, sourcing, organizing, delivering, and managing. And each area has a specific task for the supply manager. So supply manager actually has a most important role. So how does the supply chain management work? Is actually, it depends, everything depends on supply manager. So let's understand planning the supply chain network. The first one is to plan. Before any contract with the suppliers or putting the product in the market, we have to carefully plan each link in the chain, right from supplier to the distributor and to the end users, to ensure that transition between steps will be seamless and that very stakeholder knows their responsibility. Sourcing materials, the next stage. This involves determining the supplier, figuring out how much of supply to order, how much we have to order, and keeping track of supply and paying the suppliers as well. So the tracking, assessment, control, monitoring are to be there. Organizing the manufacturers. Once we have, source the materials, now we need manufacturers to, process the raw materials, to find proper manufacturer for your product. This organization, company, or person turns the raw materials into end products. So the role of manufacturing or manufacturer is to convert raw material in the form of product. Supply chain managers arrange quality testing, because quality assessment is very important to ensure each product meets the expected standards, guidelines, and maintains a minimum standard, and potentially from an outside organization. Otherwise, from within the organization might not be genuinely doing it. So from our outside external agency, that evaluation is done for quality. Delivery of the product, the next stage, and managing return services. It has to be done honestly, remember. The customer is unhappy with the product or would like to exchange it for an alternative one if he wants to buy some other product in place of the product which he wants to return. It is essential to have an effective and convenient return service. That mechanism must be very effective, seamless. This reduces product waste and other consumers can receive the unreturned items. Why it is reducing the waste also? If he doesn't return, then what will happen? That the product which it was not good, he'll just dump it out. So wastage will increase and create a problem. What are the key functions? Supply chain managers have diverse responsibilities and duties, has to continually integrate new information and data into supply chain processes, managing communication continuously between supply chain sectors. A number of sectors are involved, we have talked about, that will protect as well as manage the supply chain data. Reducing human error with strategic planning using AI, ML and suitable methods, planning for future obstacles, what would be the difficulties in future, and developing solutions to provide and to handle those difficulties and to provide accurate information to the employees as well. Reducing supply chain cost and to maximize revenue and simplify the supply chain. So these are the functionalities which are there in the supply chain. Integrating new technologies into supply chain functions, and this diagram is nothing but just right from raw material goes to supplier, goes to factory, then distribution, retail, and then customer. So supply chain managers use many types of software to manage different components. All these are components to the supply chain and keep things run smoothly right from raw material to the customer level, and even return facilities also provided. As the product market or company grows, you can integrate more advanced software kits to track up large volume of data. When it grows, its revenue will also increase. So when its revenue increases, more amount of data can be handled. Building your technical skills can help you build the knowledge base to manage large projects and value to your company, team. So there are a number of use cases for the supply chain management. For example, automatic requisition tracking management information system called as ARTMIS, is a platform developed by IBM and, Chemonics for, requisition tracking for the different shipments. A common system that tracks shipments through the supply chain that allows supply chain managers to schedule the shipments to 2 years in advance and promote long-term coordination of supply chain and so in any advanced timing, they can plan and manage it more efficiently with the supply chain element. Another use case of supply chain management is to integrate with AI ML so that we can help supply chain managers, make informed decisions, appropriate and in fact more correct decision, improve current system and track progress over the time. So this is that example of automatic requisition tracking management information system where you see that how much the product is shipped, shipment to store, adjustment to shipments, the previous promotion history. So employees are also connected, promotion item information, how much the content or the products were there, and there are different aspects. So what is needed is, what is very important is there must be a common system that can track shipments throughout the supply chain and also allow supply chain managers to schedule the shipment up to 2 years or 3 years. So this is you. There are many use cases you can study about the supply chain examples and the applications. Thank you so much. If you like the lecture, please subscribe the channel, like and comment not only this lecture but other similar lectures, and also request to spread to your peers and contacts. Thank you so much.